Have you ever wondered how the ceramics that are common in our daily lives are made? At Happy Go, every piece of ceramics is the product of careful planning and strict execution. First, according to the needs of the customer, the design department will produce a sample design. After the customer approves the design, the factory will carry out small batch production, make the master mold, prepare the glaze, and make proofs. After the customer signs the sample and signs the contract, it officially enters the large-scale production stage. Step 1. Mix the raw materials stored in the clay storage area according to the proper proportions. The main raw materials include kaolin, feldspar, quartz, etc. Add auxiliary grinding abrasives and put them into the ball mill. After milling for 18 to 24 hours to achieve the required fineness, discharge the slurry and filter it through a vibrating screen. Next, the slurry goes to the dewatering section, where the moisture is squeezed out using a dewatering machine, compressing it into clay cakes. The clay cakes are then sent to a vacuum machine for preliminary refining. The initially refined clay bars are cut into segments and left to age. The aging process requires at least 3 to 7 days. After aging, the clay bars are twice refined using a vacuum pug mill, and then they are ready for use. Meanwhile, using the mother molds confirmed through sample approval to create production molds for mass production. Plaster is poured into the molds, and after it solidifies, the molds are released, forming production molds. The number of molds is usually determined based on order volume. The larger the order, the more molds are produced. The molds used for shaping clay bars are completed in the molding stage. The third and final step is preparing the glaze. The raw materials for glazing are mixed with grinding stones and placed into a ball mill for milling. The ball milling time for glazes usually ranges from 20 to 30 hours. Common glaze types include colored glazes, reactive glazes, and high white glazes. The different compositions and ratios result in different effects, and each factory has its own unique glaze formulas. After milling, depending on the required effects, an iron removal process may sometimes be necessary. With all raw materials prepared, we can move on to production. The common shaping methods in factories include for types, jiggering, plastic pressing, slip casting, and high-pressure casting. Usually, jiggering and plastic pressing are the fastest methods, followed by high-pressure casting, while slip casting takes the longest time since it requires the plaster mold to absorb the moisture from the clay body. For pieces requiring handles are attached at this stage. The wet bodies are then placed in a drying room to become dry bodies. Some automatic jiggering machines come with integrated drying chambers. Typically, drying takes around 10 to 12 hours. Once dried, the clay bodies are sent to the washing line. Rough edges are grounded down. A wet sponge is used to clean any dirt on the clay body. The inside is glazed, and any excess glaze on the rim is wiped away. The exterior is dipped in glaze. The bottom is wiped clean to prevent sticking during firing. Usually, the interior is glazed first, followed by the exterior. However, some factories may use the dipping process for pieces with identical inner and outer glazes, fully immersing the clay body so that both surfaces are glazed simultaneously. Additional processes, such as brush decoration, rim glazing, and over-glazing applications, are also completed at this stage. By spraying 2 or more glazes, chemical reactions occur during firing to enhance the appearance, excluding single-layer reactive glazes. Finally, it's time for firing. The mentioned boards for sticking prevention are silicon boards. The firing duration of the kiln remains consistent, but the temperature can be adjusted if different ceramic products require firing. Typically, the firing time in a roller kiln is 4 to 7 hours, while in a tunnel kiln, it is 10 to 14 hours. After firing, the ceramic bodies are grounded to smooth out the base. The uniformity of grinding is inspected. An in-house QC compares the finished products with approved samples to ensure quality. If a client requires decal decoration, this is also done after firing. Decal decoration involves applying decals onto fired ceramics, which are then placed in a drying area to remove moisture between the decals and ceramics, followed by firing in a decal kiln at temperatures between 650 to 800 C for 2 to 5 hours. Products that pass inspection proceed to the final stage. Transfer the finished products to the packaging line. Ink stamped base mark. Applying product labels. Placed cushioning materials. QC randomly samples the packaged products for inspection, coordinating with the client to perform a sample test. If the products meet standards, they're shipped to the client. At this point, the entire production process is completed. Now, let's take a look back.